At the beginning of the year, I had stated that don't be surprised with some of the people that will get entries into either the Triple P or the Bed Bucket / Blaccent Hall of Shame videos. And this is going to be another one of those instances where I'm surprised myself that I'm even putting this person in the Blaccent Hall of Shame, and some of you might be as well. But today we induct Kandi Burruss. Yes, that Kandi Burruss, former singer of the group Xscape. You know, singer, songwriter. You know, she's most notably known recently for being on that show Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm inducting her into the Blaccent Hall of Shame. Now, I would not have known about this unless someone had tagged me in this particular post. And I'm gonna actually give them a shout out because they've been sending me a lot of stories. Like, they tag me in a lot, and I do mean a lot of stories. Shout out to Trill, Texas. They are basically, Trill, Texas reminds me of Tawana Cook inside of the Discord. Tawana be sending me a lot of stuff from in the Discord. Trill, Texas tags me in a lot of stuff on X. But they sent me this one right here, and they said, Torian, I submit to you a possible Blaccent entry. And when I saw the quote from Kandi Burruss, I said, yeah, unfortunately, she's about to get entered into it. Now, you're probably wondering, what did Kandi do in order to get entered into this? Well, the hint is right there on your screen. So you see Kandi Burruss is right there on the left, and on the right is an old picture of Justin Timberlake and Brittney Spears. Now, that was them back in their early days. Like, you can look at them and tell that this is the early 2000s. It might be 2000 exactly. This is when, again, when Brittney Spears and Justin was at her prime, and Justin Timberlake was still with the group NSYNC. And you know, I've already done a video talking about Justin Timberlake, and shout out to everybody who ran the numbers up on that. Like, y'all went crazy with that one, so shout out to y'all on that one. And in that video, it was talking about how Brittney Spears had revealed in her book that Justin Timberlake was using the blaccent. It was also talking about the tour manager taking out this $10 million lawsuit against him for consistently using the N-word. None of which from both Brittney or that tour manager surprises anybody, to be quite honest. But for some reason, Kandi Burruss has decided that she's going to jump out with her cape on and defend Justin Timberlake's use of the blaccent, even amidst what Brittney Spears put into her book. Mind you, Janet Jackson even said the same thing about Justin Timberlake as well. But I'm gonna read this article coming from Page 6 that was posted November 6th, ironically, 2023. The title reads, Kandi Burruss defends Justin Timberlake over blaccent claim in Brittney Spears' book. He's no scrub. Kandi Burruss rushed to her one-time collaborator Justin Timberlake's defense after Brittney Spears claimed the NSYNC member used to speak in a blaccent. She's quoted as saying, I don't want anybody to like put down Justin, because you got to remember the times that we were going through at the time. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star told Page 6 exclusively at BravoCon in 2023 on Friday. That era of pop and R&B, it was a lot of boy bands that did like urban music, urban routines, and dancing, the whole image. That was in at the time, and nobody was passing judgment. Burruss, who co-wrote NSYNC's 2000 song It Makes Me Ill on their No Strings Attached album, noted that a lot of people are getting canceled these days for things that were not a quote-unquote problem years ago. I just feel like that was young Justin. Leave him alone, y'all. She said he was a really good guy. Now, y'all just peeped a couple things there. She co-wrote a song for the group NSYNC on their No Strings Attached album called It Makes Me Ill, and I know exactly what song that is. And then she mentions, you know, oh, it happened in the past, just leave him alone. Well, I got a question, Kandi. If that's the case, then why do they keep harassing Chris Brown? Granted, they have no connection, you know, with each other, so to speak. But the way that Chris Brown continues to be railroaded for something that happened between him and Rihanna back in 2008. But we can't get on Justin Timberlake for something he did. Mind you, Justin Timberlake was older than Chris Brown when he did it, when he was doing this. Justin Timberlake at the time was closer to 20, where Chris Brown was like not even 18. Or maybe 19 or something along those lines, of course. But you get what I'm saying. If we can reach back and scrutinize certain people for certain things and they make it where it's a thing of not forgiving them, then why do we have to give a pass to everybody else? And here's the thing, Kandi, you are a black woman yourself. It's amazing what some people will find offensive, versus what some will not. But then again, it says she wrote for them back in the day. And to my knowledge, I think NSYNC has gotten back together to try to do a new album. Maybe she's trying to write another song. So she's trying to quote unquote not burn a bridge. It's just the thing that whenever certain people get their comeuppance, it annoys the hell out of me when you have people like Kandi Burruss rush in to throw interference for them instead of them just letting them fall on their face. Because if it was one of us, that's exactly what happened. Now I got a question for Kandi. If you was in some kind of scrutiny where you felt like the world was crumbling around you, do you think Justin Timberlake would even have lifted one hangnail to come to your defense? I highly doubt it. I would be surprised if he did, but I highly doubt it. The article goes on to say the reality star told us that she has not yet read Spears' new memoir, The Woman in Me, but she plans to listen to the audiobook after hearing narrator Michelle Williams' impression of Timberlake purportedly saying, "Oh yeah, for shiz," during a conversation with pony singer Genuine. Now mind you, so she hasn't even read the book yet, but she's just gathering out of what she heard and decided to jump out and throw the cape out there. And I didn't even know Michelle Williams was doing an impression. Now I don't know if this is Destiny Child's Michelle Williams or the actress Michelle Williams. I don't know which Michelle Williams they're talking about. Even just reading that little bit of a line right here was so cringe. I thought it was funny she shared the clip, which has gone viral on social media. Burruss, age 47, also revealed to Page 6 that she once had an opportunity to write for Brittney Spears, but the songs never saw the light of day. It almost came together one time, but I forgot why it didn't happen. But it was a production team that I used to work with out of Sweden. They were like, "Oh, let's do some records. We're supposed to bring going on with Brittney, and I don't know what happened," she recalled. The Grammy-winning songwriter behind TLC's No Scrubs admitted she is mad at herself to this day for not ensuring that the collaboration with Spears came to fruition. "It was one of the link-ups that I'm like, why? What was I doing? Why didn't I make sure I got over there to get those songs together?" she told us. Burruss cannot remember which album Spears was working on at the time, but she pointed out that the Princess of Pop ended up dropping a really dope project later that year without her help. Spears' memoir, which hit stores on October 24th, which is already out, is filled with bombshells, including that she had an abortion during her 3-year relationship with Timberlake, who is now 42, who has not publicly addressed the book. The Woman in Me topped the New York Times bestseller list last week with 1.1 million copies sold in the US alone. Yeah, so there you have it. Kandi's gone and thrown on the cape for Justin Timberlake. I can honestly say I'm not surprised. Again, I told y'all anybody can get entered into these Bed Bucking Blackaren Triple P Hall of Shames this year. It is what it is. It's just unfortunate. And again, going back to what I was saying, whenever someone gets their comeuppance, let them just get it. Don't throw out the case. It's a reason why it's happening. It's because they've been able to get away and skate by so long. Justin Timberlake has been able to skate by with a lot of the stuff that he's done, especially at the expense of the black community and black artistry for so long. And now it's finally happening, even years later, when people may have, or when he may have thinking people thought people have forgotten about it when they really haven't. Let the chips fall where they lay. Kandi, you should have just let this one just fall by the wayside. Just let it be. That's all I'm gonna say. And the fact that she said she hadn't even read the book yet, and she just said, "I hadn't read the book yet, but Justin Timberlake's a really good guy." Of course, like I said, of course she's gonna say that he's a good guy because they've worked together and she doesn't want to burn that bridge, just in case there's an opportunity for her to work with him again. But mind you, they said one-time collaborator. That means they only worked together one time, and that one time was back in 2000, 23 years ago. How many albums has Justin Timberlake as a solo artist released since then? Why didn't he call her up to work on another song with him as a solo artist, not with the group NSYNC? They only released one other album as a group after the album that she worked on with them. Why didn't they call her again to work on that album? Then he came out with that Justified album that had the song Cry Me a River, which was pretty much loosely based on the breakup between him and Brittney Spears. I'm just saying.